I want you to watch an interview where I spoke with Matt Holvey, Director of Intelligence Systems at Bell Flight. Bell makes helicopters, drones, and other rotorcraft like the V-22 Osprey. It looks like a plane and then it tilts its rotors up and takes off. Matt and his team run a drone innovation lab called Jarvis. In the interview, I want you to watch for clues about how Matt uses storytelling to convince business owners about the potential of autonomous AI that he uses to secure funding for the projects that they then go and solve with autonomous AI. So Matt, can you start off by just introducing yourself and your team a little bit?
Sure. So Matt Holvey, I'm the Director of Intelligence Systems at Bell. And my team is a collection of systems engineers, software engineers, aerospace engineers,
right.
Of course, AI specialists. And the challenge really came up about 5 years ago when our CEO, the CEO of a helicopter company with an 80-year legacy of innovation, decided we are a tech company. And one of the interesting dynamics there is that he didn't wait until we became a tech company to declare that.
Right.
He decided we are a tech company today, we're going to go chase that. And then an innovation team was stood up, and then within that, I am effectively digital innovation. I'm the intelligence systems group.
Right.
Some of the challenges that we do face, though, and why we're here talking to you today, is because aerospace doesn't move at the rate that software does.
Right.
And so coupling digital innovation and now machine teaching technology with the slow and steady and safe efforts around aerospace development, that's a challenge unto itself.
Yes.
And so that's the problem space that I live and work in every day.
I think it's really important for the innovation executives to hear this story, because I talk to innovation executives that are at different phases of the process. So they're trying to figure out, how does data science and machine learning specialists fit in, and software engineers, frankly, fit in with the mechanical engineers and chemical engineers and aerospace engineers? How do you build a group that can solve problems using AI for the corporation? So can you talk a little bit about the workforce transformation part of it, and how do you integrate subject matter experts and AI technologists?
Workforce transformation definitely is the right word for that, and it has not been easy. For 80 years, Bell and the aerospace industry as a whole have gone on this journey of the aircraft is one thing and the digital systems are another thing that gets stuffed in later, right? Not trivially, but still that they could manage them separately. But today, that's simply not the case. Everything is clashed together into a single design exercise. And so what we run into is that we need aerospace engineers
right.
and mechanical engineers who are also, masters specialists in artificial intelligence and have master's degree in software engineering. And we end up looking for these unicorn talent that's just not out there. And so one of the beauties in the low code and AI teaching tools that we're evaluating and using daily with Microsoft is that we're able to bring some of these specialists in aircraft design, specialists in aircraft performance and flight dynamics and flight control laws.
Right.
And we can show them AI tools that are easy and approachable to use.
Yes.
And say, we need your expertise jammed into this box so that this aircraft can continue to fly safely and effectively, but with radical new AI on board.
Tell us a little bit about the lab that you built and that you're sitting in here. I think a lot of industrial innovation folks are looking for a formula for how to reliably and repeatedly generate AI innovation that actually can go into production.
So that's a great point. The lab is an instrumental piece of that. If there were maybe three pillars that kind of, I'm going to mix my analogies here, three pillars that bake a recipe. One is you've got to have subject matter expertise talent. That's irreplaceable.
Got it.
You have to have the desire, the motivation to lean into the digital space, because those two don't always coexist.
Right.
And then third, you need the space that allows them to try and fail and try again.
Got
the
it.
space that lets them put their hands on hardware. As engineers, that's what we want to do. You can't solve this problem in PowerPoint. can't solve this problem on a whiteboard, no matter how badly you might want to. You need to put your hands on hardware. You need to visualize it on big displays, and you need to be able to test and test and test again. And that also creates a level of trust. When I bring my peers through here, which is an important part of my job, is to gain championship at the company. When I bring my peers through here, they walk through, and I see almost this childhood light ignite in them, like, I wish I was the one in this lab doing this work.
Yes, I had that feeling too.
And that enthusiasm is 51% of the spark. Like, you get that out of the engineer that comes in here.
Yes.
And then you've got someone who wants to stay, who's loyal to the cause, and won't leave because you're doing the cool things in the company,
Yes.
in the industry.
Yeah, two important things I want to highlight. One is, in the course, we actually do a whole week of teaching on storytelling and how important storytelling is to gaining sponsorship. And we talk about different mindsets and how different stakeholders want to solve things different ways. And just like you said, executives tend to want to work in PowerPoint, and engineers tend to want to work on a whiteboard. But until you, what I think I hear you saying is, one of the crucial aspects of bringing the AI talent and the machine learning talent and the subject matter expertise together is the hands-on laboratory where everyone can try everything out. And that's what we see here. We see the simulations, we see the drones flying in simulation around. And so I think I hear that that's a crucial part of this innovation effort.
Yeah, one of the most brilliant moments we had relatively recently was when we took a very senior tech fellow who does not have a lot of software experience,
Right.
but is immensely knowledgeable on aircraft performance.
Yes.
And we showed them flight simulation in the AirSim tools, and
Right.
we showed them what we're trying to do with AI and machine teaching. And we actually have aircraft flying, sitting on benches in the back, the flight control computer. And he looked at the monitors, he looked at the computers and said, technically everything is right, but that's not how that aircraft actually flies. Let's take a look at the code together. Let's take a look at the control laws, and we tweaked them and adjusted them, and that made significant progress toward bringing that individual closer to what we do and
Yes.
becoming a champion for what we do.
Yes.
And it happened almost instantaneously.
And it brought your solution that much closer to production ready.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Last thing, how do you see education outside of the traditional university setting being crucial, instrumental, or useful, whichever word you think, for innovation efforts like this that are bridging multiple disciplines?
I think that education beyond the traditional academic or college setting is beyond essential. I think it's at the core of what we do. When I interview someone, 50% of my decision is based on, does that person seem like they are eager to learn, or did they show up feeling like they've learned everything that they need to?
Nice.
Right? One person is much more agreeable to me when it comes to, are they going to be dropped into an environment where we have to radically try something new every day?
Right.
Where we have to be okay failing and taking a different tactic.
Right.
And then tomorrow, the rules might change. We might explore a different technology, bring that in and say, see if you can glom that into what we're already working on. Or is
That's right.
is that a different path? Or is it a red herring and it's just a distraction?
Yes.
And so the ability to go from, I looked it up on the internet, to I picked up some books, to I found some experts that I can talk to, or there aren't any experts. I guess I'm the one in the company that knows the most on this after my 30 minutes of research.
Right.
That goes way beyond anything that you would pick up in a classroom. And it certainly doesn't come with a degree that you accomplish.